Good morning, children. Let's continue with the cell organelle. Children, we have learned about the cell structure and shape, size of the cell. So today we are going to start the cell organelles, the little organs which are present in the cytoplasm of the cell. So here comes the endoplasmic reticulum. Now endoplasmic reticulum, it is irregular network of tube-like structures which interconnected at one end with the cell membrane and with the nucleus of the cell. Now depending on the absence and presence of ribosomes, this endoplasmic reticulum, they can be smooth or they can be rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now if the ribosomes are present, then they are rough endoplasmic reticulum, and if they are not present, they are smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, it serves as a pathway for the distribution of materials within a cell and between two cells. It also provides the support to the cell. So here this endoplasmic reticulum, see here children, this is endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus is there, and this one is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and these are the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth, no ribosomes are present, and rough, ribosomes are present. So these are tubular structures. Now next is ribosomes. Now these ribosomes very minute in size and they are scattered all over the cytoplasm. They are help in the synthesis of the protein. Next is most important organelle of the cell is the mitochondria, and these mitochondria, they are rod-shaped or spherical organelles present in the cell. Now mitochondria provides energy, and that is why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now this energy is used or it is produced by the process of respiration, in which food gets broken down by oxygen. The mitochondria use glucose and oxygen to produce energy. Mitochondria, there are large numbers in cytoplasm in all the cells. Next is Golgi bodies. Here see the structure of mitochondria. Here is the structure of mitochondria, children. This is the inner membrane, then intermembrane space is here, outer membrane, then twisties are present, and in the middle matrix or the ground substance is known as a matrix. Next is the Golgi bodies. Now Golgi bodies, they are bound stacks of thin, flattened and parallel pouches known as cisternae. These cisternae, they are not connected to each other and they are found in the cytoplasm and the nucleus and next to the endoplasmic reticulum. In plant cells, these Golgi bodies, they are smaller in size and they are more in numbers, known as dictyosomes. Golgi bodies, they are absent in bacteria, certain algae and mature sperm cells and red blood cells of the mammals. Now, Golgi bodies, they help in the secretion of the hormones, enzymes, and they also help in formation of cell wall in plant cells. They are also involved in transportation of the substance inside the cell. So here the Golgi bodies. Now vesicle-like structures are present. So incoming transport vesicles, the cisternae, newly forming cisternae secretory vesicle. Okay. Next is the lysosomes. Now these lysosomes, they are tiny, spherical and bag-like structures which are distributed in the cytoplasm, and these lysosomes, they are small vesicles which are surrounded by a single membrane, and they contain powerful enzymes. Now these enzymes, they are capable of digesting or breaking down of all organic materials. Now lysosomes are made by endoplasmic reticulum. So here is the structure of a lysosome. See here, this is the lysosome. Now these lysosome, the function of these lysosome is to destroy any foreign material which enter inside the cell, or like the bacteria or the virus. It also removes the worn out cells or the old cells and poorly working cellular organelles by digesting them. So we can say that lysosomes, they are forming a garbage disposal system of the cell. Next is the centrosome. The centrosome, it is only present in the animal cell, and they are oval or rounded non-membranous organelle. Now it consists of two minute granules, and they are known as centrioles. Centrosomes, they help in cell division in the animal cell. Next is the plastid. Now these plastids, they are only present in the plant cell, and they contain pigment or the color matter which gives color to the plant. So here is the chloroplast. This is the outer membrane, inner membrane, granum, stroma part and thylakoid part. Now chlorophyll is present in this thylakoid part which gives color to the plant. Now there are different types of plastids present in the plant cell. Now here comes the chloroplast, which is green colored organelle, and it provides the pigment chlorophyll. Now this chlorophyll helps in the process of photosynthesis by trapping the solar energy and produce the food. Now next is the chromoplast. Now chromoplasts, they contain the colored pigment, but they do not contain the green color pigment. They are found in the fruits and petals of the flowers, and they are responsible for giving the color to the flower or the petals or the fruits like red, yellow or orange. Leucoplast is another plastid, but it lacks any pigment. So they are colorless plastids, and they help in storing the food prepared by the plants in the form of starch, fats and proteins. Next is the vacuole. Now vacuole, it is the space in the cytoplasm which is enclosed by a membrane, and it contains some dissolved substance and water. We can say that vacuole appears as an empty space under the microscope. All the plant cells, they have the large vacuole, and this vacuole is filled up with a liquid which is known as cell sap. Now the cell sap contains the dissolved sugar and the salt. Now this vacuole, it provides the plant turgidity because they are filled with the water, and they provide turgidity to the plant cell. Animal cells do not have vacuoles. If present, they are very few in numbers. Like amoeba, it has small vacuoles, and this vacuole, they contains the food particles, so they are known as food vacuoles. This is all for today, children. In next class, we'll learn about the difference between the plant and the animal cell. Thank you and have a nice day.